You are the resistance.
I'm Christopher Titus, people. This is the Armageddon update. Fear! Oh, that's what they force on us. Fear of brown people, immigrants, Muslims. Buy more guns. Protect your family. The brown immigrant Muslim raping socialists are coming to get your white daughters. Let's kill them. When your ideas and policies don't work, when the poor people that elected you are getting bent over by tariffs, wars, and you're spending $1 billion on a ballroom, $1.2 billion on a board of peace while starting a war, and you want to give $2 billion to people who committed treason and attacked the Capitol, when your ideas are shit, you kill people, starve people, and bankrupt people while you get rich, then you need a bad guy, a scapegoat, a boogeyman. Well, here you go.
I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I'm here to do.
That's right. And I'm going to mispronounce his name, but Zoran Mamdani, a self-avowed democratic socialist, has ruined New York City.
This is our city. For 53 years we watched. For 53 years we waited. Now we've won.
Oh, the brown man, the brown man with the ideas is going to end society as we know it.
What Mamdani has done to the great city of New York, he's absolutely destroying it.
People will starve. More money will be spent on weapons than health care.
We're signing a health care plan within 2 weeks.
Over the next 2 weeks.
Sometime over the next 2 weeks.
In about 2 weeks.
Over the next 2 weeks.
I would say 2 weeks.
The crime, the corruption. Except these guys did that, not the Democrats. 750,000 people died in Trump's first year because of USAID cuts, and as people in America choose between gas or medicine, the billionaires got richer, while Americans pay tariffs and watch bulbous orange rapists cover the country with disease and failure.
Grab him by the pussy.
But this guy, zippity-doo macadamia, the boogeyman of socialism, is killing it. In the first 125 days, Zoomy McDoing-it has transformed New York. New York City recorded its safest first 5 months of the year in history. Murders plunged 21%. Major crime dropped by 6.2% compared to the previous year, hitting historic lows. Gun violence also saw a massive decrease, reaching the fewest shooting incidents and victims ever tracked. Zoran secured $1.2 billion to expand universal child care. Uh-oh, kids are taken care of. Socialism.
We waited without ever knowing if this day would come, and we waited because we knew deep down in our sick, suffering hearts that it would.
He delivered $34 million in judgments on behalf of tenants and $9.3 million in restitution for small businesses and workers. Oh my God. The world is ending. People are being held accountable. He created the open meeting law so citizens can actually bitch to the government agencies face to face instead of...
The White House is unable to answer your call or respond to your questions.
He's also gotten over 100,000 potholes filled and transferred dying prisoners on Rikers to a specialized hospital unit in Bellevue. So the boogeyman of socialism... God, I love that song. Produced lower crime, infrastructure that works, made the billionaires pay their fair share, funded education, and got it so every kindergartner gets a $1,000 fund towards future college. That's why they hate him. Educated society pisses off the people that own society. The pothole filling alone will make it so you don't rip your suspension out and won't have to pay for Car Shield, which will piss off Ice-T.
You are a f***ing asshole. I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me. I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV.
So because of socialism, almost everything in one of the world's great cities has gotten better, safer, and more equal. Socialism and equality. Oh, the slave owners hate equality. Crime down, education up, homelessness down, hope up.
We can usher in a new era of leadership.
And that's why they hate socialism. Even though the road you drive on, the SNAP benefits you get, the small business loan from the government, the public school you went to, the cops, the fire department, and the military you depend on, that's socialism, you morons. Zip Gun Monsanto is doing what politicians are supposed to do. Work for the American people. New Yorkers' tax money is now coming back to New Yorkers, not spent on bombs, ballrooms, and algae blooms.
Feed me Seymour. Feed me all night long.
Politicians aren't scared that Mamdani is a socialist Democrat. They're pissed that he's shown them to be worthless and not deserving of the job of serving the American people. Yeah, it's all on them too. Zoran is doing what he said he'd do. No felonies, no raping, no pedophilia, no grifting, no stealing from a kid's cancer charity, no lying, no free jet from Qatar, and no wanting to date his daughter.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Oh, and all the taxes New Yorkers are paying are benefiting New Yorkers instead of the rich. We need a new word. There's too much ism in socialism, racism, Nazism, fascism. I'm changing it. The new word where the tax money you give to the government is used for you and the people you elect actually work for you is called socialgasm. And hopefully, America, we're all going to come.
Yes.
To see it as how things are supposed to work. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. I love that they're pissed. Even the Democrats are pissed that the guy's actually doing his fucking job. Do you know why? Because you guys look like you're sitting on your hands with your thumbs up your asses, while this fucking dude gets everything done. And he does it while laughing and jumping into a pool in a suit. Who the fuck is this guy?
Ooh, I'm the boogeyman.
Hey everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. How you guys doing? Well. With me, as always, the lovely Rachel Bradley.
What's up, people?
And we got the pups here today, and this little one is just annoying the crap out of Groucho. Yeah. Costello, stop it. And again, Chappie, we miss you. I had a moment this week with Chappie where I was very upset.
Because this guy is such an asshole?
I just miss, you know what I miss? It hit me how Chappie used to smack his lips. He
always had something in there.
Yeah, and I miss that. And then this guy is just, and Groucho's like, would you just kill him? Poor Groucho. So this whole thing, man, I wrote the Armageddon Update because I watched the Democrats, of all people, start to talk shit about Mamdani and democratic socialism. And I think I brought this up a couple times. Like, it's funny to me to watch Schumer and Hakeem do nothing. This guy's been president for a year and a half now.
Yes.
Do fucking nothing.
Yeah.
And then Mamdani gets elected and basically makes everybody in politics, including the Democrats, look like they're full of shit. And what I got after Mamdani, every time I hear a new report of what he did, or I see a video of how he speaks, when he spoke when the Knicks won, when he jumped in the pool on the opening day of the public pools opening in New York City, when he closed off traffic so kids could play in the street, I remember thinking, wait, something's wrong here. Is the politician actually doing something? Yeah. He actually made landlords, he actually rent froze for 2 years, and he made landlords pay all the fines and fix everything they're supposed to fix. Because what was happening was nobody was doing it. So all the landlords weren't fixing anything in New York City. And New York City is people living on top of people living on top of people. Yes. So when something's broken, whether it's the heater, it doesn't just affect that apartment. It affects how many apartments. When the electricity doesn't work or there's a spark shooting out the wall and your landlord goes, well, fix it then. Fuck you. Because no one was holding him to account. Well, Mamdani's holding them to account. He's not being a democratic socialist. He's not changing the capitalism. He's just saying, hey, motherfucker, if you want to make money on these buildings you own and all these apartments you own, you have to fix them.
Oh, he's just following the law and trying to help the people?
Exactly. Turns out what he's doing is actually legal and the right thing. And that's what we've lost in America. Even The Rock this week came out and says, I don't talk about politics.
I saw that.
Now, and I wrote a thread that said, well, a lot of Germans said this in 1933. You know, it's not a right or left issue. It's a right or wrong issue. And if you can't make a decision on right or wrong, we're going to have to assume that you're on the wrong side of the issue. Right. Mamdani, on the other hand, is on the right side of, so far, okay, so crime is down. Okay, so here's how bad democratic socialism is. Crime is down in New York. They've had the lowest amount of shootings they've ever had. They haven't had any shootings on the subway. The subway. You know where the crime dropped the most? Brooklyn and the Bronx. Like the darkest places in New York City. So if I may,
please do.
Democratic socialism, first of all, is a misnomer. I looked it up. It's not what Mamdani's doing. Mamdani is just currently following the law and doing his job. That's all he's doing. We've pushed our country so far to the right, starting with Reagan, that what happened was that now just doing the basic job as a politician is seen, oh my God, this guy's out of his mind. He's a democratic socialist. Because he's actually using the taxpayers' money for the taxpayer? and he's not giving it to.
I kind of feel like you need to run over socialism again.
Yeah. Well, socialism. Well, okay. So socialism is when the government takes care of you, right? I don't want the government to take care of me. I want to take care of myself. Okay, redneck. Let's talk.
Really, that's just all about. I don't want the government to take care of those other people.
Other people, right? Take care
Not
of me.
realizing that you yourself daily enjoy social programs.
What was really funny to me is after Trump got elected and then Doge came in and started cutting everybody's benefits, and you see those people in the Ozarks who voted for Trump sobbing. I just got my SNAP cut off. I don't know if I'm going to be able. Don't Jimmy Swaggart it. You voted for the fucker. You don't get a Jimmy Swaggart it. So socialism, guys. You know the road you drove to get to work today? Socialism. You didn't pay for that. That's not your private road. We all paid for it. That's socialism. You know the mail that gets delivered to your house, for pretty cheap from the U.S. mail service. Socialism. When you actually are in deep shit and you need some help, whether it's food assistance or a little bit of welfare to get through the month, that's socialism. And Exxon, you dumb fucks who bitch about socialism, you know those subsidies that the government gives you in the billions every fucking year? That's socialism. So if all you companies who whine and bitch, oh, by the way, saving General Motors and Chrysler in 08 and 09, socialism. Anything else yet? Oh, the military. What would that be?
Socialism.
What
Fire
about the
department, the roads,
cops?
Yeah.
Airports. By the way, you know those airports? Guess who didn't build that? Delta. You know who built it? The government. Socialism. You're dumb as fuck if you're bitching about socialism because you live in it.
It focuses on equitable distribution, eliminating extreme wealth gaps by prioritizing public welfare, universal access to basic needs like healthcare and education, and fair compensation for workers. So,
and here's why they hate it so much. Now, Eisenhower built the interstate highway system during his term. That's where he got started. That's socialism. Eisenhower was a Republican. How many social programs were accelerated or expanded under Eisenhower? Quite a bit. So then you got Lincoln.
And FDR.
Oh my God, FDR. FDR by far one of the most socialistic presidents. But that's how our country's supposed to work, right? Now, I think a lot of people get this thing where, and Reagan was such a brilliant, evil communicator. When he said something, it was the top seven, the 7 worst words in the English language are, I'm from the government, I'm here to help. He actually put that. It was such a catchphrase. And so bullshit. It's so much bullshit. 38 out of 39 countries, including Mexico, now have healthcare. Do you guys realize that Mexico is kicking our ass?
How is that possible? Public education and libraries.
Right. Libraries, public education. Yep.
K through 12 schooling and community libraries, obviously, that we've had since before my time.
Now, can I point out that when Reagan came in the 70s as a governor of California, he made education go from $300 a semester to $3,000 a semester. So guess who couldn't get educated? Guess who couldn't get educated?
Poor people.
Right. Guess who could get educated?
Rich people.
Who owns everything?
Rich people.
Who runs everything?
Rich people.
So do rich people want poor people to be smart? No. However, poor people have bought into the bullshit that I want free education. I want to do education the way I want to do it. I homeschool my kids and blah, blah, blah. Well, your kids are going to be working in the same shitty factory you work in. Your kids are going to be digging ditches like you did. So here's what you need to do. You need to actually look at the rest of the world. You know, Norway, Finland, Iceland, Sweden, socialist democracies. Do you know they have like the highest joy of living? What do I call it?
Satisfaction.
Quality of life. Highest quality of life.
Here's one that might blow your mind. The National Football League, the NFL, surprisingly one of the most prominent examples of economic socialism.
But also profitable as fuck.
It features revenue sharing, where TV profits are divided equally among all franchises, and a salary cap ensures competitive parity.
Which again, do you notice that the rich people only like socialism when it benefits them?
Right. Well, they're mad about Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, though. I mean,
their kid's going to be dead in 2032. They actually said this last week that they said the cuts they're going to make to Social Security this month, it's going to be dead in
Postal
2032.
Service, you know, how we get our mail.
But let's talk about, let's go back to the NFL. Let's go back to the NFL. All right. So let's say in Vegas is a perfect example. So the Raiders moved to Vegas. They built this fucking amazing stadium. In fact, the stadium here in LA is SoFi Stadium. Did the NFL pay for that stadium?
No.
No. How did the stadium get built?
Tax dollars.
Tax dollars. So they got tax incentives and they got the government to build a fucking stadium that they profit off of.
Yes.
Whenever we see a business, someone was pointing this out, these data centers. So Kevin O'Leary, the scumbag from Shark Tank, he actually wants to build the biggest data center, I guess, in the country in Utah. It's supposed to use millions of gallons of water and take electricity and basically fuck their infrastructure up. He said, well, he'll build it if he can get $14 billion in tax breaks. But here's my question. Okay, so we're the government, we're going to give you $14 billion in tax breaks. So we own part of your business. Oh, no, that's communism. Well, wait a minute. We're giving you $14 billion to build this thing. Why don't we profit off of it?
Because the system is not designed to benefit the common people.
Right. So the common people come up with the $14 billion. People busting their ass who can't afford these big tax lawyers actually delve into their accounts and write off everything. And instead of paying 8% or 4% like Elon Musk, they're paying 28%. That money goes to Kevin O'Leary to build a data center that he could actually find people to fund it. And so the government pays for it, and then the government gets nothing for it.
Yes.
So
I think you're getting it now.
So our system is fucked. Hi, I'm Christopher Titus. Our system is fucked. That's my next podcast starting next week.
Well, I will tell you that some people are benefiting. Donald Trump just filed his annual financial disclosure.
This is insane.
Which I'm sure he was 100% honest on. A 927-page document filed with the U.S. Office of Government Ethics, which is hilarious.
That's funny.
He took in more than $1.4 billion in 2025 from his crypto ventures alone.
Do you see how much people lost?
Which is an industry that he directly regulates.
And invented.
$500 million from World Liberty Financial, the crypto that he co-founded with Eric and Jr., and an additional $635 million from his Trump meme coin.
Wow. Can you tell me how much people lost? What the prices are of those? Because here's what happened, people. Here's how the stock market thing and how the rich stay rich. So he comes up with this meme coin. He tells all his followers, all his red hat wearing psychopaths who bought all his merch, that this is going to be great. They buy in it at 165 or they buy in it whatever. It's now worth or 135, whatever it was cost. Now it's $6. So all that money that got invested, he kept. And you lost everything if you invested in it. This is what
estimates of total investor losses only in the meme coin have an estimated 2.3 billion to 4.3 billion on the official Trump meme coin.
And how much did he make?
The token's value crashed by over 90% from its all-time high.
So he fucked everybody.
He heavily profited, as I just mentioned.
Wait, he made 1 point something?
It was a high of 75. It dropped to $3.
So here's what happened, people. You bought in at 75. You bought in at 65. What are you bought in at? And then the second he had enough money, he sold all of it, got out of it, and then it dropped to $6.
Analytics showed that for every $1 earned by the insiders, him, Eric Jr., normal investors, for every one they made, normal investors lost 20.
More than anything, let's take the pedophilia out of it. Let's take the raping out of it. Let's take the grifting out of it. Let's take the corruption out of it. Let's take the wanting to fuck his daughter out of it. That he just cost people who back him up for every dollar he made, they lost 20. Holy shit.
And Melania had one too.
If you can continue to vote for this guy, if you can continue to vote Republican at all, you literally have a mental illness. I actually believe it's like voting
Combined
Nazi.
Trump and Melania meme coins left retail investors with $4.3 billion in loss.
Holy shit. And yet these people are bitching about socialism. We don't need to distribute the wealth equally because we should be able to pull up by our bootstraps. Except what they did was he started this meme coin, stole your boots, and left you when you're fucking bare feet walking over glass.
The Melania coin dropped to 11 cents.
What was it peaked? Is there a peak on it?
13.05. His was 75. It dropped to $3.55.
You know, the one thing that the digital...
They cashed out, though.
The one thing that... Yeah, the second they had enough
People
money...
put the money in, they cashed out.
And then left everybody else.
Yes.
So, and this happened... Isn't like True Social not worth a whole lot either now? So everybody who invested in all this shit that anything, again, I go back to Rick Wilson, everything Trump touches dies. Yep. True. So true. And we can move on to the next thing that dies. So he's grifted you, Rube, motherfuckers, for billions of dollars. You're broke now. Guess what's not happening? That one day that meme coin's gonna go up. Do you hear yourselves? Then he puts on, now I remember when the bicentennial happened in 76. I was a kid and I remember it being amazing, and it was a big deal for like 2 years building to it. And it was amazing. And we had these big parties and big celebrations. And there was, I got to remember the Statue of Liberty. We had these amazing fireworks, and we watched it. It was great. However, the 250.
This was sad. I was just going to tell you really
Loser
quickly
Palooza, I called it.
That True Social, DJT is the call sign. It's Trump Media and Tech Group. It reached $97.54.
At its peak?
At its peak. It trades for $7.90 now.
I'm sorry.
Currently, right now, today, it's dropped to 6 something. But
and let's take away all the gas prices going through the roof. Let's take away him starting a war when he actually started a border peace. Let's take away that he tried to give the J6 rioters $1.7 billion, and then
that he just took a $400 plane.
He's flying it now.
Yes.
Okay.
That we then had to pay the same amount to retrofit.
So he get a $400 million gift, and then $400 million of your tax dollars, maggots, went to redo it. And he doesn't give a fuck about you. Do you know how I know that? This week, there was a housing bill that was supposed to go through. And this would have made housing cheaper and would have actually cut regulations so they could start building houses faster, which would make more inventory, which would make prices come down. But then again, prices come down for the rich people. They don't like that. So Trump said, after it passed Congress, after it passed the Senate and the House, he said, I'm not going to sign it until you pass my voter suppression bill.
He said he didn't care.
He said he frankly didn't care. It's a snooze.
Housing affordability, and that he loves inflation.
Did you also hear they're building I saw this yesterday, they're building a helicopter pad right on the White House lawn where they destroyed the lawn. Do you know why they're doing that? So they can put walls around the White House. He's going to stay. He's staying. Mark my words, fuckers. He's staying. Sorry, calling you guys fuckers.
That's your favorite word.
I mean it lovingly. I really do mean it loving.
So the turnout has been abysmal.
I would quit comedy. If I had people show up like this, I'd quit comedy.
It's so embarrassing.
It's to the point where the only person that continued to play was Vanilla Ice. And he said, man, he quote said this, man, I'll play Iran. I don't care. he goes, you ask me about politics. I go, I don't care. What's the new motorcycle dirt bike coming out?
USA Today, a lot of outlets physically went to witness it. They found that he's selling quite a bit of merch with Freedom 250 emblem on it. Task Force 250 was his thing, Items ranged up to $200. The sports jersey that you can leave with is $200. The pretzels are $25.
A shirt is $200.
The t-shirt, that's the jersey, is $35. Yes. There's a $40 Make America Great Again hat that you can purchase featuring his image on the day he had the
and
rally.
to you people that voted for this man, is he making America great? Has he made America great again? We are now, every ally we had hates our fucking guts. They won't give us intelligence anymore because they found out that everything that he sent on the Ukraine war to the Trump administration, somehow that instantly got to Putin. Once they stopped giving us intelligence on the war in Ukraine, Ukraine started beating the shit out of Russia. Supposedly Putin's left his bunker and is on in one of his yachts left. He's actually on the high seas now, running. And Moscow's being hit by drones. They're flying Ukrainian aircraft over Moscow at this point. I don't think that 3-day war is going too well. And by the way, is it still day one? It's still day one, right? It's supposed to end on day one.
Actually, before he got in office.
Before he got in office.
If you elect him.
It'll take me one day. It'll take me one day to end this war.
Before.
So his 250 Great American Fair is a fucking abysmal failure to the point where I felt bad at one point. I was watching someone do a cover of one of Beyonce's Crazy in Love. And it was a band, full rig, like an outdoor shed, like a Lollapalooza stage. And they pull back and there's literally 11 people watching on the great lawn.
Did you feel bad? Did you?
I felt bad for the performers because I'm a performer.
Oh.
And you were like, oh man, we're going to do this. It's 250. It's going to be packed. People are going to be crazy. And then it's like.
Did Vanilli end up going?
Vanilli did not go. But even Vanilli quit. Actually, Millie actually sent a rejection from the grave. Oh. He goes, I could, but I'm not going.
But I'm not doing that shit. Have you guys seen
so
this
Vanilli
asshole?
And Millie said no, thank you.
I guess the overall thing about the state fair is how much it's costing to put on. It's pure shite. He actually, instead of it being like a fair, it's booths with info about each state. And so some states decline to go. So they have someone else manning like the Rhode Island booth where kids can go and learn about states, which sounds so fun.
Man, what fair are we going to? Oh, kids, you won't believe it. We're going to Disneyland? No. Okay, what we Magic Mountain? No. How are we going to go? We're going to Great America. Well, it's called that, kinda. We're going to go to this Midway where there's this one Ferris wheel and then there's booths. Oh, we get to play games and there's cotton candy. No, but you're going to know more about Connecticut than you ever wanted to know.
But I'm sure it's literally whitewashed history as well.
So it's been such a failure. Loserpalooza, I called it. Someone had a really funny.
Loserpalooza's good.
Someone had some other ones that were really funny. Coachella. What'd they say about Coachella? Cockroachella. There was a couple other ones that made me laugh really hard after I put Loserpalooza. So we have no bands showed up. And here's what I want to say. I watched the Obama Center dedication. It's what this should have been.
Oh man. I thought that was some shade with the timing of that.
But also Bono and Springsteen and my God, and what's her face? Who sang? She sang. She's such a good singer. Christina Aguilera just did It's a Wonderful World. And then we had one of the most beautiful women on the planet, Michelle Obama, got up and gave this speech that honestly
was beautiful. It made people cry, including him.
But also the shade, like she literally did an eclipse of shade and that one line. And she just goes, and she was listing all the Barack's accomplishments, and she goes, and a peace prize. And then you see Hillary, they cut to Hillary, and she bursts. Hillary laughs like she was at a club and someone told the funniest joke about Bill. It was so good. And then Obama just kind of sat and listened to him.
He cried during our speech.
Yeah. It's America. The diversity.
Just getting to see the dichotomy, like side by side, was crazy.
Yes.
And I wondered if they planned it exactly that way, because it really did feel like what it would have been if we had a normal president in office.
Right.
You know, the 250th celebration.
Bipartisan.
George Bush and Michelle Obama are apparently very close friends.
Yes.
Like they have a separate relationship, which all people started noticing when he gave her an Altoid during that funeral. Do you
Right.
remember?
Yeah.
And he did a whole interview about his friendship with Michelle Obama after this event because everyone was talking about it. Like they're buddies. And he said in the interview, he said, I don't know why people are so fascinated by, you know, our friendship, me handing her a mint, whatever. He said, except that it seems that Americans are starved to see a white right-wing former president be friendly with an African-American former first lady from the other side of the aisle. He said Americans are starved for human decency.
Humanity.
And
you
humanity.
Could just nail it down to we are starved for humanity because this asshole came in and drove a fucking wedge from that first fucking team down that escalator.
Between everybody,
Yes.
though.
Yes.
They are now fighting amongst themselves. The headline today is House paralyzed as Speaker Johnson confronts another revolt from his own members.
Well, do you hear what Johnson said the other day regarding
this is some crazy shit.
So the Supreme Court did some shitty. Let's talk about the Supreme Court too. So the Supreme Court did some shitty things, and they actually kept birthright citizenship, which is great. I don't understand why Trump's fighting against birthright citizen. His father was a birthright citizen. So if we can make it retroactive, maybe we can get rid of this hump. If we can just say, yeah, birthright citizens, you're illegal. Well, that would make Trump not a citizen then. And then we can go because his dad was a birthright citizen and his mother was an immigrant.
And what about Melania?
Melania is an immigrant, right? You know, and the kids, by the way, his kids are from immigrants.
I have to tell you, you guys know I love immigrants. I support immigration, always have.
That's how the country got
Except
built.
for the one guy working at the mobile gas station on Ventura Boulevard.
The one on the corner of Van Alden?
No, White Oak.
Okay.
So I got my car washed yesterday.
He give you shit.
And no, I had my jacket I was holding. And in the midst of losing my pink Stanley, which somebody found me and gave to me, I guess I dropped the pink jacket. It was wrapped over my purse on the ground. I get in my car. I leave. I get home. I realize I don't have it. I call him.
The Stanley or the pink jacket?
The pink jacket. I call him and he says, I say, hey, you know, I got my car washed. I lost my jacket. I think I dropped it either in the customer waiting area or on my way to my car. You dropped jacket? I said, so yeah, that's what I was just telling you. I dropped my jacket either in the waiting area or on the way.
So you repeated the same
car.
thing again. Like if
Yes.
if I say it exactly the same way again,
And
he'll get it.
then he goes, you drop on ground? And I thought, what? I said, yes, like that. And he goes, what color is your jacket?
Holy God.
And like he's had a lot of jackets turned in. And he's already questioning me about what surface I dropped it in.
But also an
I
85
then
degree
say,
day in LA.
It is a bright pink jacket. And he goes, no, it is not bright pink. It is dark pink.
Wow.
I didn't say it was light. I said it was bright. I said fuchsia is a bright pink color. And he goes, no, it is dark pink. And I said, so you have the jacket? You've had it this whole time? You were asking me if I dropped it on the ground and what, all of that?
Knowing you as long as I have.
Yes, I have the jacket.
This is maddening to you.
Like,
Knowing
what?
I've known you a long time and you do not suffer shit like that at all. I've been clear with what I had. All you had to say was.
But he had it the whole time.
I go to Mitch. I could have just said.
Yeah. He had it the whole time.
Wow.
And then argued with me
But
about
also-
the color of my jacket.
But also, here's the thing. If he knew who you were, you're gorgeous.
He did not know me.
I
just knew
lot
he was
of men want to keep you
annoying.
on the phone talking.
No.
That's
Well, he
not-
could have gotten me there. more quickly.
Ah.
I would have driven more quickly
Right.
there.
There you go. So that point.
I'm just saying, I support immigration for almost everyone.
I wish we could actually be clear. That bit I'm doing in Doomed to Repeat, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to be on the road again on the 17th, 18th. I got a couple weeks off, which is great because I'm working on some writing and I'm actually doing some cool stuff. However, we are a nation of immigrants. So when anybody complains about immigrants commit crime at half the level of born here Americans. Immigrants bring $7 trillion to the economy every decade, $1 trillion in taxes. So $800 billion comes into America every year because of immigrants. They don't get free health care. Because you know how I know that? Because fucking we don't get free health care. And I'm a white man and fucking Blue Shield denied a $200 heart check.
Yeah.
So I know damn well immigrants aren't getting any fucking benefits. But what I don't understand is the lack of humanity and empathy in our country right now. There is the one side, and they did you said, I think didn't you bring this up? There was a study about the party, when they checked Republicans' brains versus our Democratic brains, Republicans activate the lizard brain very, very deeply. Like, it's not enough that you do well. It's not enough that you make money or successful. You have to make sure that everyone else suffers. Like, so if your taxes are going toward feeding some people who are poorer than you, that's not okay. They should do what I did. Well, however, your dad gave you a $2 million house when he died and he willed you his business. So you didn't do that. Mm. Now, those who did, God bless you. I've had to build my own business from nothing. And I still need the clubs and I need a team to do it. But I would never deny anybody food.
So let's talk about
what
immigrants get.
I would never deny anybody housing. Mm-mm. Human rights.
Humanity.
Yep.
Lawful permanent residents who are green card holders are eligible for federal benefits like Medicaid, temporary assistance for needy families, temporary, SNAP, food stamps, and supplemental security income.
Why?
The 5-year bar. Most federal programs require immigrants to have held that green card status for 5 years before even becoming eligible. As far as Social Security and Medicare, their eligibility requires them paying into the system for at least 40 quarters, which is about 10 years of work history.
So wait, they don't get it until they've been working here for 10 years? Right. So this is what I want.
So then I'll go to undocumented.
But here, can I say this? What the fuck is everybody talking about then if that's the law? If the law is you got to bust your ass, but it's 40 months. That's only 4 years. That's less than 4 years. 36 months is 3 years.
Quarters. 40 quarters.
40 quarters. Jesus.
10 years.
That's 10 years. Holy shit.
Right. That's what
I thought you said months. Okay. So 40 quarters. That's 10 fucking. So wait. So here's what pisses me off. And I'm blaming the Democratic media now. Motherfuckers, you need to point this out. The only way as a green card holder you get benefits is if you've paid taxes for 10 years
and have maintained your green card status.
Sales taxes,
for 5 years.
Like federal taxes, payroll taxes, and then you finally, after 10 years, you get some benefits. Give me the other one, undocumented. Go ahead.
Undocumented, strict limitations. They are barred from most federal means tested public benefits, including SNAP, TAMP, SSI, those ones I said, and non-emergency Medicaid. However, they are eligible for emergency medical care, which is called emergency Medicaid, and WIC, which helps take care of women with infants and children.
Okay, so in a life-threatening situation, we give them help.
Yes.
Or if your kids are starving to death, you can get help.
Uh-huh. And then as far as refugees and asylees, they get immediate resettlement support. They that way, so refugees and those seeking asylum that have proven
people that have been granted, right?
They are immediately eligible for federal mainstream benefits.
What does that mean, mainstream benefits?
So the
we're helping people.
ORR, the Office of Refugee Resettlement, which I'm sure he'll do away with, provides targeted short-term cash and medical assistance, employment preparation, and English language training. So these are people that are here because their lives were at risk.
They were going to be killed.
Yes.
Yeah, they were going to be killed.
And so we teach them English, give them short-term cash and medical assistance so that they can get on their feet and help them get ready to find a job.
And in return for that, what we get is over the next 10 years, we get $8 trillion in GDP and $1 trillion in taxes. So we get all this paid back. Look up the percentage of what we give to immigrants as new immigrants as is what we get out of it. I want to get this clear because I'm so fucking tired of this creep actually saying that immigrants are bad. When you look at when you just break down the numbers, what they provide, they commit crime at half the level of born here Americans, and they bring $8 trillion to the economy, and you're still bitching. And here's one more thing about white supremacists who believe that we need to get these people. He kept saying shithole countries. If you guys are the master race, if us white males are supposed to be the master race, why are you so insecure about that?
I just keep arguing that the ones that are calling themselves the master race.
Or the alphas?
Ew.
Yeah, you are really... Nobody wants you on the commercial.
No.
We definitely don't want you holding the flag, bro.
This episode brought to you by Hungry Root.
Hungry Root.
One of my all-time favorite companies because it is really, really, really hard to plan for dinner, and especially with my goal of keeping it somewhat healthy and high protein, it's like nearly impossible to plan.
And also mildly surprising. You get locked into this thing, you eat the same thing all the time, and your life starts to become that movie Joe the Volcano with Tom Hanks that nobody saw, where it's just this dreaded, you living in a fluorescent light nightmare. But however, Hungry Root gives you these ideas. They do your basket, your box, whatever, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't even know what are these?
Christmas.
It's Christmas, right?
So it's basically you go online and you fill out this quiz when you join, and like things that you like, things you absolutely don't like. And then it gets more and more personalized over time by learning your taste, your dietary needs. So you obviously, if you're doing high protein or celiac or whatever, right? They have over 1,000 grocery items, salad kits, smoothies, snacks. There's always new stuff because it's seasonal. My all-time favorite thing about Hungry Root, other than it comes to your door, they have screened out over 200 additives. So they don't have anything with high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and preservatives. All their meat and seafood is high quality, no hormones, no antibiotics. That's incredible.
But also because when you go shopping, it's such a hassle to look for that. Like if you really give a shit about your health and your family and like how long they last and how much mercury is going to go pass through my liver, if you have to look at everything, it takes forever. But Hungry Root actually has already done the work.
The thing that I love about them too is it's an overall lifestyle thing. So it stocks your pantry. So they're the ones that got me hooked on those,
Quest bars?
No, those little graham cracker, gluten-free, they're little squares. Is it Arrowhead?
Little squares of healthy crack.
Oh my God. I ate the whole box the first time they sent them. It wasn't a huge box, but it was definitely a family size.
I remember there was a tiny bit. I remember a crack in it. I saw it open in the thing and I was, what are these? And I looked in and it was almost empty. It was like, there was like 4 in the bottom. I love that you put it back like a 4-year-old.
Well, I didn't want anybody to know. But so you open your pantry door and you've got all these healthy snacks. Like we have turkey jerky sticks that you can just grab and go. But then you open your fridge and you've got the kit to make a really nice salad that takes 5 minutes, or you can buy pre-made stuff, which I like to do. Like I got several flavors of pre-made chicken. Remember, like chopped up, and then it sits in its little containers so that you can just grab stuff and go, and it's healthy. Or they have very quick meals to cook, and like your favorite all-time meal were those street tacos.
It's so funny that I listen to us do our ads because I know people are like, we're doing ads, but it's so true that like we only do ads for companies we love. We start talking about it like it's a thing.
This is a whole lifestyle change for you, and they will do all the work for you.
Right.
You're going to love it. I promise you, as much as I do. For a limited time, get 40% off your first order, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Titus and use promo code Titus. That's hungryroot.com/Titus, promo code Titus to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. Okay. So
I think that's the longest commercial we ever did. And I'm fine with it.
account for hundreds of billions in tax revenue.
Of course, yeah, I've been saying
over $382.9 billion to the federal government and $196.3 billion to state and local authorities.
And you
Overall
don't want
tax
you don't want these people here. So the roads, the roads, the hospitals, the stadiums we're building, they're contributing this much.
Yeah. So here's the other thing: undocumented. Households led by undocumented immigrants contribute nearly $90 billion to $96.7 billion annually, which includes billions of dollars paid into Social Security and Medicare programs for which they are ineligible to receive benefits.
So your grandma and grandpa is getting some of his checks not dropping because of some immigrants who came here that can't get Social Security.
Recent data from the Congressional Budget Office shows that the surges that we've had over recent years in immigration will add roughly $7 trillion to the U.S. economy over a decade.
Who's got these statistics right?
With immigrants generating a projected $1.2 trillion in additional federal revenue.
Who got these statistics right?
Beyond direct tax payments, immigrant households hold over $6.6 trillion in housing wealth and inject over $167 billion into the rental market annually.
So that exactly right there is exactly why this is happening. So who's supposedly considered a builder and a housing guy? So if they own $6 trillion of housing and we get rid of them, you're illegal. You got to go. You don't get that money back. What happens to your house? Gets sold on the market. Who buys your house? Is it the people that can't afford to pay for their own house, goes to go buy another house? Or is it the rich people who are paying 4% tax, who are now going to step in and buy every single one of these immigrant houses? It's fucking insane. When you start to actually lay it out, George Carlin was right. I need to write a bit about this for my next show. So basically, the entire system right now, currently with Citizens United, is set up to actually elect all the people that they want to elect. It's currently set up to actually fuck over anybody poor and take their money. There is an end game to this because eventually there's nothing else to buy and nobody has any money to buy your shit. So you're going to go bankrupt anyway. But by then you're going to have $800 billion. The system is set up to, especially, and more than in my lifetime. I remember watching Carlin talk about the owners and stuff. And I remember thinking, oh man, he's kind of overreacting. And now you see, after Reagan fucked the country, after Trump continues to fuck it, after when W deregulated Wall Street and we had the 08 crash, you see that Republicans want one thing, or two things: money and power. It's all. They don't give a fuck about America. And then you see Mamdani back to the beginning, and you're like, this guy is good. By the way, Mamdani is going to do fine. He's going to sell a book for $5 million. He's going to do fine. However, during his job, he's doing his job.
Right. Apparently, Vice President Harris reached out to him, which people believe is a sign she's getting ready to run in 2028. She also reached out to groups tied to the uncommitted movement. So they're saying courting Mamdani and other progressive power players.
Can I say, only because you and I are kind of Californians are uniquely qualified to speak on Kamala Harris, don't you think? Because she's our homegirl for a long time. What she did in San Francisco as the district attorney, she closed 76% of cold cases within 3 years. Do you understand what that is? These are cases that they couldn't figure out. They couldn't do it. She got them figured out and did it, closed them. So they were no longer on the books. Then she became the Attorney General of California. And the one thing that, with our African American friends, who one of them was really upset with her because she didn't play favorites. She was dead fair.
Yeah.
She was dead fair. If you were black and you were committed a crime, you went to jail. If you were white and you committed a crime, your ass went to jail. And some black people got mad about that. And again, for the 400 years of oppression, understand why you get mad.
Yeah, because also the system is skewed
100%.
so that
I agree.
Black and brown people
Get fucked, held longer,
at a disproportionate
held longer,
rate
arrested
and
longer, ticketed more. Yes. So I get the anger. I do get it as much as I can as a white man who looks like he could play a Nazi in a movie. So that being said, then she was great as Attorney General. She was that's why she was so good. We elected her senator. That's how good she was. Yeah. She became senator, and if you remember, all during that time when she was running those committees, the Republicans fucking hated her because she's a prosecutor. Mm-hmm. She would just attack and she would just go after them, and she would rattle them, and they looked stupid every time.
Oh, she would do those eyes.
Yeah, and she was a great vice president. I do think the biggest mistake that any administration does when they have someone as qualified as she is yes. Now when you go back to I was a kid, Dan Quayle was vice president. You needed to hide him.
God bless him.
You needed to get him some crayons.
Potato.
Yeah, ooh, that'll never go away. Give him some crayons and leave him in a room. It's okay. You stay over there. I get you a tiny desk in the Oval Office, and that's where you stay, Dan.
He would love that.
And then you got her. She's a badass. Her husband, your buddy Doug,
I call him Dougie.
You met him, and he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so overqualified to be president compared to this prick that she didn't win. She did win, according to Nathan at Election Truth Alliance, and he's actually put out some more. Do you see it's kind of building? Do you see the little? Have you seen it online a little bit? There's a little bit of people jumping on the Election Truth Alliance that we were on, by the way. 2 years ago. Yeah. So I think we're going to find out one day. And what I do think is the Democrats made every fucking mistake you could possibly fucking make during the last election. Do you agree?
Yes.
By Joe Biden not quitting, and listen, either way, either getting his shit together and walking out and like he did the first time and running to the fucking mic and stuff, either show us that you're the fucking president or be cool enough to back down.
Yeah.
Instead, you played this weird middle ground and you let them talk shit about you and you didn't counter it.
Yeah.
They just didn't fucking counter it. Then you put her up and she had 100 days for a campaign in a presidential election in one of the most
record-breaking fundraising.
Yeah, but also one of the most broken times in American history. Mm-hmm. And they only gave her 100 days. Like the list of fuck ups is long and pretty much unforgivable. Then we find out that the election is so weird that it's a 1 in 2 trillion chance that he's going to flip all 7 swing states and flip 88 districts. When Reagan won 49 states, Reagan only flipped 16 districts. For some reason, this loser fuck up flipped 88 districts. Okay. So we've got all this stuff, and I think what the Democrats did, instead of doing what he did, because they could have said this simply, they could have said, hey, by the way, he had 65 cases that he lost in the 2020 election. Yeah. He had cyber ninjas come in and for 3 months held it up, counting votes, and we found 400 more for Biden. So you know what we're going to do as the Democrats? We're going to do the exact same thing. You did it. We're going to count. That's all we're going to do. We're going to count. Mm-hmm. We still have the Rockland case. We still have, I think there's a case in New Jersey about...
I know that they were doing some in North Carolina. I don't know what's happened with that Rockland case.
But all I'm saying is that the Democrats are pussies when it comes to getting in someone's face and go, you counted, fucker? We're counting.
Alyssa Slotkin came out last week and she said, I believe that we need new leadership in both parties.
Agreed.
And some of the old guard Democrats were not happy about that. And they said, oh, we understand she's a freshman representative or whatever. She's, young and expects everything to be done right away.
So
and she doesn't understand the process.
A lot of harumping.
Yes.
I did that bit.
Yes.
So we got a lot of harumping going on. Mm-hmm. When you got Schumer doing nothing, you got Hakeem Jeffries doing nothing. You even like Moskowitz. Like I'm not hearing from anybody. Like, how is this guy fucking it up on the daily and you guys aren't just roasting him for the 250 celebration, for fucking up the reflecting pool? The closest we have is Jamie Raskin and he's half-assing it. Like, I don't understand why the Democrats aren't just beating down the doors. Cause it'd be so, every day he just tees up something horrible that he's done. And now, do you hear
according to this, a state Supreme Court judge, Rachel Tanguay, dismissed the lawsuit filed by Smart Legislation that was seeking a hand recount in 2024 presidential and U.S. Senate elections in Rockland County.
Why?
That was December 25.
I think we did talk about this. I do remember vaguely. Why did she? Under what grounds did she dismiss she dismiss people coming forward and going, "Hey, man"?
She said it lacked standing as well as other legal requirements to move forward.
So that's bad lawyering, because standing is this: the election was stolen. That means they stole from every American. The standing on this thing, then you'd have to do a class action suit, and you'd have to have standing to prove that you were harmed. I was harmed by my vote not being counted.
The case was not dismissed on its merits. Smart Legislation said that it's not a complete loss because they didn't get the hand count, but they got a tremendous amount of information in discovery. I don't know.
Well, and then now we're back to why. So the Democrats realize, and this may be true, but sometimes you got to break the fucking system down to fix a system. Sometimes you got to pull the motor out of the car and put a new motor in, right? You can't just keep going, no, keep running it. No, keep putting that shit in the radiator. Keep putting sawdust in the crankcase. You have to actually fucking fix it.
Yeah.
And the only way to fix it is to show where it's broken. And I think the Democrats stood up and went, I think they made a very bad decision in going, well, if we analyze this and it's shown that the entire election system was defrauded by this asshole, what ends up happening is all Americans lose faith in the system, and the system is over.
That's a very Democrat way of doing it.
We don't want to cause any trouble. Guys, here's the problem we're having right now is that maybe if we get loud, everyone's going to look at us and they're going to make fun of us. So I think the best thing to do is just follow the norms, and let's get Hakeem rhyming some stuff, and let's get Shoemaker saying "ha" a lot, and then it'll look normal.
Strongly worded letter. You forgot about that.
Well, you know what? If we had just one more strongly worded letter, maybe she'll be president.
Because it's making such a big difference.
Yeah.
ISO's arrested a nun in southern Texas. And there's
of course
pictures
she works for the Pope, and I don't like the Pope.
56-year-old Nigerian nun. Federal immigration agents arrested her on her way to Sunday Mass.
Oh my God.
So I guess it's got bipartisan reaction demanding for her release.
Someone pointed something out on Threads, and I really thought, I was mad I didn't come up with it. They said if you're fighting with the Pope, if you have 34 felonies, if you owe $83 million to a woman that you raped,
which he has to pay that.
If you're being considered, if your best friend was a pedophile, and you vote for that guy, that's on you. They said it better than I just said it. And so, I was watching Dean Withers. So Dean Withers is a kid. I don't know how old he is, but God, I was trying to figure out, because we have a prompter sometimes on the show. And I was watching Dean Withers crack these, and either he's a brilliant kid or he's reading up a prompter. But he shredded one of his callers to the point about Christianity with this guy. He goes, tell me one thing Trump has done that would be a Christian value. And then he listed 65 things that Trump has done that goes absolutely against Christ, 100% against the Bible. And when he finished, the guy had hung up, which I was like, perfect.
Hello.
Who this?
Trump is visiting Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library today on his $400 million luxury jet.
Oh, we got to talk about that too. The grifting. So guys, he's now flying. Oh, here's what I don't get about any of this. Here's what I don't understand. And and all I can think is why are the Democrats so quiet? And maybe it's because my hope is in back rooms they're working on some sort of plan to take him down, and maybe they're just keeping quiet about it.
While
but
he destroys the country.
But guys, you guys do know this. He got a $100 million jet from Qatar. Now, you could say this, well, you know what? They gave us a free jet, no big deal. Well, the problem with that is all they had to do that jet is put a bunch of surveillance shit in it and a bunch of stuff that maybe we could never find, and maybe we did find it, whatever. However, he gets the jet, and then the American public paid $400 million
To retrofit it.
to fix it.
I'm guessing a lot of that went towards fake gold shit. Can you imagine what the inside of this thing looks like? That the next person, God willing, there's a next person, will have to completely dismantle.
His taste is Marie Antoinette's skid mark. It really is bad.
Bro, on his knees in the Oval Office with a tube of super glue, putting shit on the wall.
Well, it just goes to show again that money doesn't make you classy. Money doesn't give you taste.
True that.
You know?
That is
and you
exactly
look at
right.
You also, it doesn't give you happiness. You look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk is incredibly unhappy.
And it doesn't make you funny.
Or
That's
cool.
the other thing we always have noticed.
Yeah, you can have all the billions in the world, and you're the clunk thud. Like everything you say doesn't make you dance well either.
Ooh, no.
No.
None of them. Ooh, just put him. What is that?
It's the double jerk off.
I know, and he knows that we say that, and he's actually ramped it up. He does it more.
While he's playing
like this first,
while he's playing a gay anthem,
and his big palazzo pants start swinging, and then he does that, and he's playing the YMCA. It's about gay guys having sex in the YMCA. Why doesn't he? Why does no one? Is that just all of their little joke? They're like, no, nobody tell him. It's like the one way they get through the day.
Do you know he's supposedly having a relationship with a 34-year-old staffer? Did you see that?
I saw that there were some questions.
And she's writing him like love notes and stuff?
I did see that there were some.
Have you noticed?
Said she would never leave him.
Have you noticed none of us have seen Melania?
I mean, is he having a relationship? Do we believe that he's able to relate?
Just the smell alone.
What's your black bracelet mean?
It reminds me that all the stuff my dad said was bullshit. It reminds me that everything he said about me
isn't true.
Except
when he said, "Oh no, that's still less."
He never said.
I didn't even know you could write your own name. That was your Writers Guild nomination.
That was what I latched onto.
Yeah,
guys. The best compliment my father ever gave me was I got a Writers Guild nomination for the WGA, the Writers Guild of America. It's a big fucking deal.
Like, in the words of Joe Biden.
It actually puts me in a 0.001% of people when it comes to writing ability and smarts. So I get this Writers Guild nomination for an episode. The episode I wrote was called Pit and the Pendulum. You guys go see the Titus episodes on Christopher Titus TV.
And that's the one that he got the.
And I was in a coma. I wrote myself in a coma the whole thing because I wanted.
Was pretty smart.
I needed to sleep. And
you were writing.
I was writing it, and I got to watch it. So so I finished it. I get the Writers Guild nomination, and my dad sends me a Post-it. I don't know. He just put a Post-it, and it just said, "Son, didn't know you could write your own name, Pop." and I held it like someone had given me a speech at my wedding. I was like, he loves me.
Actually, that's how I've always heard about it. That's why I almost brought it up as evidence of a compliment, but that is not at all.
It's not great. It's a desperate child trying to be loved. That's all it was.
It is awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's my
fucking life. So the reality of where we are, people, is you've got a guy that's grifting us for billions. Mm-hmm. He's grifting everybody who voted for him for billions. He's actually lying about everything. He's possibly cheating in the White House on his wife, who we don't see anymore.
I think she's fine with that.
I think she's totally fine with it because she doesn't have to deal with the stench. We've got him falling asleep constantly.
That's my favorite.
Yet Drowsy Don called the other guy Sleepy Joe. Yeah, I called him Sleepy Joe. And I don't remember Biden falling asleep over and over again. I don't remember him falling asleep once. He was a little addled at times, but he wasn't this fucking guy.
He talked slowly. That's when he started calling him Sleepy Joe.
He's trying to rig the elections because they don't have a fucking plan. Nothing there. And the great thing about Zoran Mondani, to wrap it up and go full circle, is that we finally have a politician that Unleashed is letting us see what politicians are supposed to do. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to take care of the public. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a shit if you're Eisenhower, who is a Republican, and you take care of the public. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit if you're a dog and you had those little buttons and you're just doing good policy. You're like, we need child
with
care.
An occasional treat.
Child care treat.
Ball.
There you go. But if
socialized medicine ball. That would be great.
That's Groucho 100%. If we can get a bunch of these people in, and we've said this before, as far as the pendulum swings one way, it always swings back the other way. And I think Mondani is the canary in the coal mine of that, where all of a sudden we're going to be like, we'd all like to have as much money as I fucking pay in taxes. It'd be great if I got some shit for that. Mm-hmm. Yeah? Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Go to ChristopherTitus.com for all my tour dates and stuff. The youngster and I went to Charlotte this last week, and it was great. That kid graduated school, got his degree in psychology, is training for another job, went on the road to comedy, blew the roof off. People were like, holy crap. Because when I introduced him from the side of the stage, I said, Jet Titus. And when you feel the room change, like they were like, fuck. They were like, because they don't know.
Right,
Titus brought his kid.
Right.
No, when anybody brings their kid, you're like, no. And he got up and he did that opening bit about me, which is very funny because he's such a smart kid. I think we've taught him well about comedy because he got rid of the whole thing, I'm his son, with a very funny piece.
Right. And
then he killed for 20 minutes, got 3 applause breaks, and he got off shaking again. And I go, it's not because you're not good. It's because you're good. They're not being nice to you.
Right.
You busted
They're
your
actually more skeptical of your girlfriend, wife, or son.
Yeah.
So,
but both of you guys fucking kill every time. And I have to be honest with you. I'll say this. I'm going to say this live. When I go on the road and you decide to go with us, I have to be honest with you. I've worked by myself a lot this year. There is nobody that brings what you and Jet bring. And I give myself credit for that.
I just got my Post-it note.
Perfect way to wrap. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Go to Christopher Titus TV and go to 800 Pound Gorilla, guys. My new special, Carrying Monsters, is out. Getting close to 1 million views. Let's put it over the top so I can brag about that. Yep. Thank you for all the support. Thanks for all the time. Guys, we'll be here next week. And peace out.
Dang it.
What did I do? Did I screw
You're
again?
later.
I do. No, you're
you
late.
did it again.
All
You're
right.
later.
Hold on. All right. For myself and the lovely Rachel Bradley. Later.
Peace out.